Hey guys, this is me, Yacine, coming back here right now. I got this like random guy over here.
Oh yeah, my name's Micah. Nice
yeah, of course, man. Alright, well, Yacine, what did you do this weekend?
Dude, I can't believe what just happened. I managed to get top 8 at YCS Sydney, which had like 900 players playing this deck right here. Crystron. Yes. Yeah, so shoutouts to everyone who talks shit on my Crystron spreadsheet. Yeah, now you've got the proof that the deck isn't a scam. I don't even know what to say anymore. Honestly, this deck was insane. It was broken. It's almost as broken as the country itself, honestly. Australia is insane. Definitely coming back next year if I have the money. Probably not because I'm poor. But yeah, no, the best experience ever. Yeah, for sure.
What did you play?
So yeah, actually, before we go any further, I do have some juicy shoutouts to give.
Oh,
really juicy shoutouts. So shoutouts to all my sponsors, right? Card Brawlers, please check them out and use the coupon code YACINE5 for 5% off, as well as my team Inspired TCG, as well as Dueling Guard, and please check both of them out. Again, the link will be in the description box below, and use the coupon code YACINE666 for 5% off for Dueling Guard. And yeah, shoutouts to all my friends. I have way too many. Shoutouts to Adrian, shoutouts to Griff. I don't even know who Griff is. Shoutouts to Rico. Shoutouts to you. Shoutouts to God. Shoutouts to everyone. I don't even know. Shoutouts to
everyone.
Shoutouts to everyone. Exactly. There you go. If you exist, shoutouts to you. But yeah. So for the Crystron monsters, right? I'm playing 2 Tristalos, 1 Citri, as well as a triple Smiger, 1 Theisvern, 1 Prastiordal. So that's for the small ones. All these ratios are obviously perfect, right? You don't want to play 3 Tristalos because it does nothing on its own in theory, right? So it's not like Smiger, which is a 1-card combo. I don't understand why people are still playing 3 Tristalos. It makes 0 sense. Stop doing that unless you want to keep giving free wins.
How many times did we draw the Citri?
Way too often. I almost want to cut the card. It's so annoying. Yeah, triple Sulfafnir as well as double Sulfnir, Sulfador. Jesus, yeah, it's not even close to being the same card. So you can kind of like argue which one do you want to play as a 3 of. If you play a lot of Kashtira cards, then you may want to consider this as a 3 of, so that you can tribute summon on top. And I've done this a couple of times. It's just that I think this card, it combos well with another Crystron card. Like, for example, if you got Sulfafnir and, let's say, a Cluster, then it's guaranteed 2 interruptions through an Imperm on your Sulfador, because you can make an SP and then dodge the Imperm. Whereas if you have, like, Sulfador and, let's say, like, Theisvern, it doesn't do much of anything. Yeah, so if you get Imperm, it's way worse, because you gotta commit your normal summon on the Theisvern. So there's a very big reasoning why this is a 2, this is a 3. Again, everything is covered on my spreadsheet, so go check it out. It's in my website. The link will be in the description box below. Right? For only $20 US, you can also top the next YCS with Crystron. Anyways, triple inclusion, of course, 1-card starter. The card's insane, as well as Foolish Barrel, another starter. But even though both of them, when you're going first uninterrupted, they both make 4 interruptions. Foolish Burial, you make double Dragster, Quarian, Gondrax, and Cluster, so against Razor it's less good. But Inclusion, it's Infinity Dragster, Cluster, Quarian, Gondrax, which obviously is much better. And I think the Cluster pops too, because you make Quarian and Gondrax without having to shuffle back a Citri first. It's really broken. Really, really insane. And this is by far the best starter, because if you're trying to OTK going second, this is 9100 damage while going through Quarian Gondrax to banish 3, whereas this is 9900 damage, but you're not making Quarian Gondrax, you're making Infinity to absorb a monster. So if your opponent can have like 2,000 or more defense of a monster on the field with like a monster in attack that you can absorb with Infinity, then you don't kill. Actually, that's a lie, because Infinity is going to gain 200 attack, but whatever, you get the point. It's been a long day, it's been a long weekend, give me a break.
Damn, I can't believe you don't know what Infinity does.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot what Infinity did, yeah. Actually, it's been since 2019 since I last stopped at YCS with Cyber Dragon Infinity in my extra deck. Feels really good.
The run back.
Yeah, man, the run back. Shoutouts to Cyber Dragon Shabs, the good old days, man. I'm getting old now. It's actually weird that I have to say this, but one day I'll eventually quit Yu-Gi-Oh! And no, you know what? That's actually a lie. I'm never gonna quit this game. One Crystron Cluster. This card is cracked. It's so broken, and also this card makes the Malice matchup look like a joke, because they can't banish any of my cards now with card effects. Even the Cluster is protected from card effects. So yeah, you wanna Hearts of Cryptor that? How about no? You wanna MTP 07? Nah, not today.
This card's so annoying.
It's so broken. It's so stupid. And you can keep upping cards over and over. And also, this is the reason how you have an infinite grind game. You just keep shuffling back your resources. You never run out of gas. This deck is super grindy. If you make it past turn 1, you're winning the game. You absolutely are winning the game every single time. And also, I feel like this deck is incomplete without a supplemental engine. Some people are playing the Speedrun engine, I think that's the most popular one. And then we're also seeing Horus, Azamina, but Kashtira I actually want to say is the better one. The reason for that is because these cards, they all kind of do something on their own, obviously, except Birth, right? But Unicorn and Fenrir apply so much pressure. And one thing about Fenrir is that it looks like it's less good than Unicorn sometimes, but it's actually better because you can Fenrir Surge the Unicorn, and then full combo without having to use your normal summon, and then tribute summon the Unicorn by using Fenrir and another monster, Surge Birth, revive back the Fenrir. And there's a 2-card combo where if you have Fenrir and Inclusion, you can make 7 interruptions. Again, it's all included in my spreadsheet, so check it out. Yeah, it's really nice.
How many times do we draw the Birth by itself?
I won't lie, this one I actually didn't draw that often, but Citrine cluster all the time. All the time, especially Citrine was glued to my hand.
Yep.
So annoying. Anyways, for the hand shafts, played a decent amount of them because we don't like giving free wins to our opponents when we lose the dice roll. I lost the first 9 rounds. I lost 8 dice rolls out of 9. That was really painful. So yeah, it was fighting from behind, and then I won 3 dice rolls in a row, so I was like 4 and 12, and then at the very end I lost the dice rolls. So yeah, I'm 4 and 13 in dice rolls. Lost 9 dice rolls. It's kind of painful, but yeah, this deck is still kind of solid for going second. But yeah, 13 hand traps in a 40 card deck. Forgot the exact probability of drawing one. I think it's 87%. But then I also have, 3 Forbidden Droplet because, again, Abyss Dweller is a problem. So it's the kind of deck where your opponent can make a half board, and then you can still top deck a way out of it, right? Just like you, where you also have, like, some board breakers. But this deck also has, like, natural, gas that can push through things. And also Fenrir I kind of consider to be a non-engine card. So this is, like, 13, 16, and then if you want to include the Fenrir, the Called by the Grave that I play as well, that could be, potentially 19 non-engine cards, and also there's Unicorn, and there's Prosperity that can dig into a Droplet or anything that might help me, push going second. And I feel like this deck is good going second. Like I said, it's just a little weird. It depends on like the situation. When they make Dweller and stuff like that, it has a tendency to be very frustrating. And usually the full Razor board, even if I have a Droplet, it's still really hard because, there's typically like a Razor Cross that can negate stuff. And usually if they make the full board, it's because I had a hand shop and then they can like cross out it or like Call by the Grave it, and it happened a few times. And that's actually how I lost in top 8 actually, to the guy who won the whole thing, so shoutouts to Frederick. But yeah, we're gonna go
Freddy's the goat.
Right. Freddy's the goat, man, he really is. For the extra deck, 1 Clockwork Knight, and then 1 SP Little Knight, right? 2 Night Monsters, just realized that, I'm really stupid. Draco Stack Cherubini, came up twice actually. A lot of people are not really sure on whether they should play this package or not, but even when you're not like trying to go for it turn 1, I still think it's really needed to have, just because sometimes it's something that you will do to actually push through the board. So it's not even because you're lacking like your Crystron engine, but rather because Draco Stack can pop a card, and then it also gets you a lot of bodies, so you can make like SP Little Knight and stuff like that, and also generate an extra name in the process. But also the protection effect from Cherubini can come up, because now if your opponent has like Ogre for the Tristalos, that's not going to work. Similarly with Dragster, by the way, because Aphrodon Dragster has to successfully lose 2 levels in order to negate a spell trap. Not a lot of people know that. So yeah, if you can like protect yourself from Ogre that way, that's pretty cool. So yeah, Cherubini is really goated. Yeah, it's just as good in your deck as it is in mine. And then we play some nice level 5 monsters, so High Speed Road Shinbara and High Speed Road Hagoita. So this is very interesting because Shinbara is 4600 damage on its own because it gains 200 and then it gains 400, so 22, 24. So if you have this and like 400 damage on board, that's lethal. So if you have like Infinity and basically anything else, it's usually game. And then a High Speed Road Hagoita, it's a card that I make when I play against Pure Raziel. So if they go like, if I got like Tristalos on the board, and then they go normal summon Ice Raziel effect, summon Sword Raziel, I change Tristalos, I summon Hagoita, and then I go chain Hagoita. The Ice Raziel and the Sword will become level 5, and then they can't use them to make anything because it's Pure Raziel, so they don't play Moon of the Closed Sky and stuff. And then their X Raziel in hand, it's not going to search anything because now they control a non-level 4. So essentially with one single Tristalos, the 1 card Ice Raziel combo will do nothing at all. They can't even make a rank 4, they can't search with X, and then even if they have more stuff in hand, then they're forced to commit to 5 summons if they want to summon their first rank 4, meaning that they will always lose to Nibiru. And this is something that I really like because I hated when I was in like simplified game state and all they gotta do is like 3 summons to make a detonator, and then I can't out it because I look at my hand, it's too many hand shafts and it's a nib, and they just don't have to play into it. So yeah, Hagoita was really nice, but I only summoned it like twice, I think. So yeah. Doesn't make it bad though. Doesn't make it bad. It's just the context was weird. Double Eliskelitas and double Epidon Dragster. Second one I summoned like I think twice also. It's not as important, but there are some combos where when you go uninterrupted, this is a must. So it's really between this and cards like Darkstrike Fighter. But I went into time 0 times. When you have a lot of experience with this deck, you can play very fast, and usually my games were over in like 20 to 30 minutes, like very quickly. So I would either win or lose very quickly, but obviously if I made it all the way to top 8, that's because I won most
Typically
of my
winning.
games. Hey.
Yeah.
My man. And also so we got to play the Samurai Destroyer and the Corian Gondrax. So this is the anti-nib card, and then Corian Gondrax is...
This is crazy.
It's so broken, man. I don't think I've ever lost a single game where I resolved this. Actually once, but yeah. It's really broken. You banish up to 3 monsters from their field and or graveyard, so a combination. And then when it dies, it summons back a banished monster.
Have you summoned back a detonator with this one time?
Unfortunately not. Yeah, but I was about to summon back an Infinity, but I won before because he bistilled my Infinity. I was like, oh, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. Thank you very much. So yeah, if you play against Crystron, you never banish like their good monster, because when this dies, you will get punished. But either way, this can also revive back the monsters from the graveyard anyway. So I got floaters from banished from the graveyard. This deck is very resourceful. It has options through everything. And yeah, Infinity Nova, that's a no-brainer. Yo, how do you say Cyber Dragon Infinity in German again?
Cyberdrache Unendlichkeit.
There you go. I don't understand anything, but yeah.
Repeat that one.
And then Typhon, which made me win a bunch of games that I had no business winning. So you also need to play this. If you're not playing Typhon, uninstall this game.
Typhon's such a good card.
Yeah, it is. For the side deck, just like you, I don't like Malice. I really don't.
Yeah, facts.
I really don't like Malice.
Yeah, ban shifter.
Exactly, ban shifter. My bad. I know you're not really happy with this one. I played 0 Malice anyway, so I oversided for a deck that... It's funny, I sided 8 cards out of 15 for one matchup. I played 0 Malice.
You're joking. You played no Malice.
I played no Malice.
Oh, you lucky.
Dude, I played like 8 Razul or something. A lot. I faced all the variants too.
Dex free.
Fiendsmith. Yeah, well, I mean, that's debatable, but one could argue that Razor is better than Malice. I don't know if that would be me.
I like playing with my graveyard. I don't know about you.
True, I really don't want to get shifted. But to be fair, this deck doesn't have a bad Malice matchup. It has a very bad Razor Mitsurugi matchup. Very bad. Very bad.
Yeah, Horus won't like that.
Yeah, no. Harpy's Feather Duster, I side this universally good against everyone going second. And then Triple Perillia, this card was garbage for me. Like, I drew this off of Furo sometimes when my opponents were done summoning from hand, so I was like, alright. Honestly, I think this could have been something else. It could have been Droll, maybe? And it could have been Veiler, potentially. That's not good enough to have in the side deck. I don't know. It wasn't like... yeah, it was bad.
Do you ever play 9 Molchummies after post-sighting? Have you ever gone 9 Molchummies? No, it's always just 6?
The only way to have 9 is against Memento, I think. It's the only deck that literally just kind of...
plays through all of them, yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, no, I don't think there's... there's usually 6 Molchummies at the most. But yeah, Solemn Strike was my final going first card. The card was cracked. And honestly, it's also a very good reason why I noticed an increase in my win rate between this event and the last one, because the last event I only had 15 going second cards, and honestly sometimes I would go first and would lose. But with Strike, this card really was way too good. I don't think I've lost a single game where I drew this card. It's too much pressure that you apply on your opponent. And honestly, it is better than Judgment, for sure.
Yeah.
I only really want to negate monster effects anyways, but I have like infinite spell enchantment negates. I got Dragster, Infinity, so I got them to negate the Duster. This is just good enough for like the summons and stuff. Just like you said, it's really good against Malice. They summon their White Binder, the Red Ransom.
You wouldn't know that though. You wouldn't know that.
Yeah,
you wouldn't know that.
I played against Malice at like all kinds of events, just not.
So lucky. So yeah, anyway, that was a really great list, man.
I hope so, especially from...
Congrats to you, Tom, man. Well deserved.
Thank you very much. And guys, again, if you are interested in Crystron Spreadsheet or something, you already know where to go to, of course, my website. And again, huge thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more Crystron content. Peace.